Welcome to Harlequin plays Clive Barker's Undying. This is one of the best horror games I have ever played. I have actually played it several times before, but it's been maybe 2 years since last times now. So, let's see how it goes this time, shall we? I will start an entirely new game from the beginning. And we'll go medium on this one. And we'll see what Clive Barker has in store for us.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition and its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labelled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the biggest pains. In commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant led our unit on the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when he was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
Yes, let's hope it's not too late. Let's read the journal first. Remembrance. Each time I past fades from memory, fate has a terrible habit of reawakening me. Most often, the unpleasant name of Otto Kaisinger is the vehicle of remembrance, but not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It has been years since I have heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. My joy at reading his name was quickly replaced by sorrow, then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I have not set foot on the Irish soil since poor Gwendolyn's death, and I did not think anything could make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death, being legally exiled? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without a sound? How was that knife in my hand, and why was Kaisinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. He speaks of his sickness and as a family illness no medicine can cure. Regardless, I will go to my friend. I have booked passage on a steamliner leaving tomorrow, arriving in 4 days' time. I hope I am not recognized by the authorities. I hope I am not too late. P. Well, in my hand I have the Gibraltar stone, which can do that, and will amplify my magic. And the music is a way bit too loud. that better? It's still a bit too loud, right? Yeah. Oh, and I can scry, which is this, which means that I will see dead people, like this guy. And anytime I am close to something like that, the Gibraltar zone will light up like it does now. See? Yeah. I have my revolver.
You're Jeremiah's old war buddy, right?
Indeed.
No, hello. I am actually here because I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to ask you if you have a moment to spare and I could tell you about Odin, you know? Odin is a great guy. He's this one-eyed Valhallan god. Could I talk to you about him? No? Hello, mister? I want to tell you about Odin. He's a really great guy, no? You don't want to hear me talk about him? Okay. No? Bye bye. And I am not allowed to shoot servants. Like, why wouldn't I be allowed to shoot servants? Well, let's carry on. No dilly-dallying. No dilly-dallying.
I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. I apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
I will do my best, laddie. Lassie, not laddie. Hello, I thought you were a Scotsman in that skirt of yours. Hello? Come back here. Whoa, hello. Naked. Sexy time. No sexy time. That was one of the brothers. The brother Covenant. I do not remember his name, but we will see in just a short moment.
Won't budge.
Won't budge. Into the darkness we go. Hi-ho, Jeremiah away. Patrick.
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
He's been abroad.
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
Yes, that was a howler. I have arrived in time, apparently just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow of his old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling to me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate, problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state, and has requested that I investigate. I, of course, agreed. Before I could ponder where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's room screamed from downstairs. Often, where to begin is the most difficult step. That was not the servant screaming, Patrick. That was a monster. That is not a servant. There he is, Aaron. Hello? Okay, be that way then. Be that word a sign of parting. Bird or beast, I shrieked up starting. Why am I going here, you wonder? No? Oh, there will be a dead body back here later. Yes, not now.
Jammed.
Jammed!
Won't
Okay.
budge.
A little bit later we will be able to explore this a little bit more freely. Not entirely free roaming, but, well, it won't be entirely streamlined. We go. Darkness there, and nothing more. Oh, darkness and Aaron.
Can you describe what you can only see? As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
What? I did not quite get that, my good man. More darkness. Mirror. Ugh. Bethany. Oh. There we go. 6 bullets in that one howler. And the poor servant. Whoa! Yeah! I heard him. Ah, damn it. Come on. Come on. This is just ridiculous. Yeah. Hopefully my aim will increase during this game. Or I will run out of ammo quite quickly. I haven't really played a first-person shooter in quite some time. Go. We're supposed to go here, right?
Won't
No.
budge.
Up the stairs then. Up the octopus. There it is. Oh. Oh, first blood. That was Jeremiah screaming. And instead of going helping Jeremiah, I am reading notes. I have just returned from the standing stones. Whatever inspired an ancient people to build these stones out on that windswept isle, I cannot guess. While I have been Well, I have seen sights like this before. Something about stones has a resonance within me. Why would ancient people trouble themselves to build these monoliths on such an isolated island? It would have been far easier to establish a similar ritual area on the mainland itself. I find it curious that, for as long as my family has owned this house, no one has taken in upon themselves to truly research the land which we own. Considering I had not returned to the manor since I was a child, I never realized the curious nature of my inheritance. Why does this area have such a strange collection of archaeological artifacts? Well, I strongly doubt there is any connection between Neolithic stones at a decaying monastery and the tower that estate was built, and wraps itself around. The significance of three major archaeological sites cannot be denied. The tower is a local legend itself. Supposedly, during a great storm, the tower just appeared on this site. Of course, no one can tell me when this happened. All I can tell is that it is a gutted shell of what it once was. No doubt this is why it has been sealed off for so long. The monastery is now a crumbled ruin. It certainly is just a remnant of some reclusive order of monks. Seems that Ireland is dotted with these retreats. I will have to travel out to the island someday. Perhaps I will take the children. Joseph. Joseph is the father of the Covenant family. You gained an amplifier. Jolly good. Jolly good. And I do not remember what... Yeah, here we go. Amplifier. This will amplify my spell. But I only have Scry so far. And yes, sure, let's amplify Scry right now. Because that one will be useful later. They will all be useful later. Come on. Oh, I saw him walking.
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know supernatural exists. You saw they'll even
It's a
carry the
token of the shaman's
Gelzebub
life I
stone
took.
with you.
That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebub on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Okay, I will make a pause here. Because apparently my recording program is making my computer lag. I will have a look at that. So I will read the journal next time. And I'll see you then. This has been Harlequin playing Undying. Ta-ta. Wait, I have to save. There we go. Ta-ta.